Hey, what's up, furniture nerds? Welcome to another episode of Flat Packs Exposed, the review series, brought to you by Prime Spaces. Hey, what's up, furniture nerds? Doing a quick review for this set of Adirondack chairs that I just put together. And just bear in mind, I am literally on a farm right now. So if you hear like loud tractor trailers zipping by, that's because there's literally a tractor trailer zipping by, right? But let me try to get through it so that you guys aren't inundated with all these bunch of noises and horse sounds and all that stuff. Anyway, so again, as I was bringing these parts out of the box, the first thing, or my initial reaction was, wow, these are actually pretty heavy, right? Pretty heavy duty, high quality. Sometimes you bring some of these furniture pieces out and it's super lightweight, right? And you're wondering like, wow, when this thing is fully built, am I gonna feel like I'm sitting on a wet cardboard box? And with this set, you will not be feeling that way, I guarantee you, right? So let's talk about the assembly process. Super simple. I think I counted maybe 8 pieces all together to make up this chair. So 8 pieces to make up the chair. There's only 3 different types of hardware parts, meaning 3 different types of screws to be used, right? So when you couple not many parts for the actual furniture, not many pieces for the hardware, you can pretty much, I don't want to say guarantee, but you can expect a very speedy assembly, and that's exactly what it was for me. Took me about, I want to say 10 minutes, but for a lot of people, you know, you can get this done maybe in less, maybe 15-20 minutes, of course, depending on, you know, tools that you use, your skill set. I did use a drill, which expedited the process significantly, but it does come with a screwdriver and it does come with an Allen key. And again, there's not many screws and bolts, so you're not going to be using it for very long. Now, in terms of how it actually feels, I haven't actually sat in the seat yet, so this is the first reveal. Let's go ahead and check it out. And my first initial reaction is, this is cozy. Okay, sometimes you sit in these seats and it's so big it kind of swallows you. You can't really get like comfortable in it. And so I'm about 6 feet tall, so it gives me plenty of leg room, right? Either if I want to like lay my legs out a little bit more, if I want to, you know, kind of have them a little bit more in the upright position. And yeah, like I said, it doesn't feel like I'm sitting in a wet cardboard box. This thing actually feels like it's, you know, built to last. So I definitely will give this my stamp of approval. Did you hear that horse? I hope you did. But like I said, I definitely give this my stamp of approval. Go ahead and check it out, guys. I mean, this comes in an assortment of colors. This is obviously purple, but there's orange, there's black, there's green, there's yellow. You look at the rainbow and take your pick. You can pretty much find an Adirondack chair in your color. So like I said, I definitely give this a stamp of approval. I highly recommend these seats. So that being said, go ahead and check it out. Gonna do this quick unboxing for this Adirondack chair and show you guys what's inside, see how many pieces there are. I know a lot of people kind of get scared with the assembly process because there's a ton of pieces, so let's see what we got. Make sure you're being careful when you are using a box cutter to open this stuff, because you definitely don't want to, you know, damage any of the pieces before the party gets started, right? So upon opening, you can see it is bubble wrapped pretty nicely. So let's go ahead and cut these. And we have this beautiful purple color, which I always like. The brighter, the better, the more personality. All right, so we got some cardboard sheets, right, to kind of protect the top of the box. And immediately we see the instruction manual, right? Who needs instructions? Next, we have some styrofoam on the edge to protect the top, which is a nice little added touch. Make sure the pieces come intact. Make sure they come with no breaks or anything. So far, so good. Get some of this cardboard out. So here is the chair back. Nice, and as I bring this out of the box, my first impression is this is really, really high quality. Nice and heavy, nice and sturdy. You don't want to be sitting in like a wet cardboard box, you know, so you can see that it is very nice texture, very strong, very sturdy, and all the parts are going to come with labels, right? So you're going to know exactly what pieces are what, so you can put this thing together in no time. So here's a bundle of pieces here, so let's get these opened. See what we got. Again, like I said, everything is pre-labeled. You see this is part F, H, so on and so forth. So let's just get these out of the box and stacked off to the side. Here are the two chair arms, as it appears. Here are the hardware parts, and luckily there are not that many pieces here, which is always a good indicator as to how long the assembly will take. Here's the chair bottom. So everything's out of the box, and this is what we have. So altogether we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total pieces. We have 3 different types of hardware and the instruction manual. So not a bad deal. This thing should go up 20, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, depending on what you're using, skill set, things of that nature. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so this pack does come with tools. You have your Allen key for the bolts, and then you have the screwdriver here for the screws. However, for expediency, I am going to use my drill so we can get this done pretty quickly. So first we're going to start with part H, labeled here, and part B. Just want to flip this over, with this long extended piece headed that way, away from you. And you're going to take part H. And what you're gonna do is identify the side where it has the divots. You can see right here for this hole, there's a divot where the screw is gonna sit, and the other side is gonna be flat. So this flat side should go along here, and you want the divots to be facing upward. And this curved part right here should also be facing that way. Then we're gonna take 4 screws, screw A. So what you wanna do is you wanna take these 4 screws, and what you're gonna do is not start screwing it all the way and fasten it tightly. What you're gonna wanna do is just insert them into these holes here and then get them aligned with the holes down here, and just simply finger tighten them for now. So now that the screws are set, you're gonna take your screwdriver, and in my case, I'm gonna use a drill, and then we're gonna fully fasten the screws. And also, if you do plan on using a drill, make sure you are all the way on the lowest setting. You can see here, I'm not even on level 2. I'm all the way at the lowest setting because you do not need to go any higher than that, and you want to avoid breaking your furniture. Okay guys, for step 2, we're going to take the double C screws. I'm going to grab 4 of them. They'll each have a nut on them, so you want to take these off. Once they're attached, lay them to the side for now, and then you're going to identify the 2 parts F. There's going to be 2 of them. So the way that you orient them is at the front of them, you're going to see 2 holes, 1, 2, 1, 2. That means that's going to be facing the front. And then they're going to have 2 holes on the side and 1 at the top. The 1 singular hole at the top should be at the top by itself. So orient the first part F upward, with the singular hole being at the top, and then these 2 front holes, screw holes, facing the front. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna take these 2 holes and you're gonna align them with the 2 side holes on the side here. And what you wanna do is you wanna take your first bolt and you wanna thread it through one of the holes and then through one of the holes here. So for the top hole with the bolts, you're gonna thread it through the top here. Just like that. You're gonna do the same for the second one. Thread it through, just like that. And what you wanna do is on the opposite end, you want to attach the nut. So I'm going to flip it over so you can see it. And you're going to put the two nuts right here onto each of the bolts. You can finger tighten them pretty tight for now. Have that one like that, and then you're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. Identify the two front pilot holes, make them face the front, and the top singular hole right here is going to be at the top. Thread them through just like that. Identify the two holes. Grab the two nuts, and you're going to just attach it to the bolts here. Again, just finger tighten them for now. So for this step, you're going to grab the remaining 4 AA screws, grab part G, right? And the part that you want facing outward is going to be, again, the side with the holes with the grooves, right? The side with the flat end is going to go across the front here, right? So identify these 2 grooved holes, and those are going to align with these 2 holes right here. And it's the same thing, thread them through and just finger tighten them for now. And now with your screwdriver, or my drill, we're gonna go ahead and fasten these all the way. So for this next step 4, we're going to grab the 2 remaining C bolts. We're going to remove the nut from the bolt. Now we're going to be attaching the arms. And for the right side, if you're facing the seat, you're going to grab part C. And basically from the inside of the seat, you're going to thread the bolt through this hole right here. And then that bolt is going to go through this hole on the inside of the seat. So it should be able to sit right on there just like that. You're going to grab the nut, and from underneath, you're just going to reattach the nut to the bolt. Then you're going to do the same thing for the left side. You're going to take the nut, thread it through that top hole right there, get part number D, and on the inside of this arm, you're going to identify this hole, thread it through, grab the nut, reattach it. Just for now, leave them finger tightened, and later on in the steps, we'll tighten everything. So for this last assembly step, we're gonna grab the last 4 B bolts. We're also gonna get part A here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna thread these 4 bolts through this hole right here. There's also going to be a hole right on the inside kind of back panel of this arm rest. And those are going to thread through this bolt end and this one as well. Same on this side and on this side. I suggest doing the top bolt first so it has something to hang on. Just going to identify the hole, which I did. And then on this side, I'm just going to lift it slightly, insert the bolt, and again, just finger tighten. And I'm going to come to this side and do the same exact thing. And then when I come down to this bottom part right here, lift the back, and we're gonna put the bolt right through. It might be a little tricky trying to identify or where the hole is on the back of the chair, but just move it around a little bit and you should be able to get that inserted. And then we do the same exact thing on the opposite side. Okay, and now that everything is attached, all the bolts and the nuts are attached to the seat, it's one unit. Now we can go through and tighten everything. Right here. I'm going to do the one here on the back. Also the one here on the back. That's a little bit further up. Also going to come and tighten the bolts on the inside of this chair arm. Jump to this other side right here and do the same exact one with the chair arm. Make sure that's nice and tight. Come down to the bottom here, tighten that. And if it keeps spinning, when you're tightening it, that means you need to hold on to the nut behind just so it can catch along the wood. And so now you don't need to do anything after that. Tighten this back one here and this last one. There you have it, folks. Brand new Adirondack chair that's ready to use, ready to get comfortable, colorful. There you go.